Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artorai.co.uk, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use this to make this. Well, there are a few more things involved, but although this may look complicated, it really isn't, as you will soon see. Right, now this is very easy to use. It's a bookbinding tool. It's a 5-in-1. We're going to be using this, and this, and this, just to get all the measurements right for making something like this. I'm not going to be making any project in particular. It's just literally to show you how to use this tool, because it might be a game changer if you're like me and you're not very good at measurements and not very good at getting things straight. Right, so what I've done is I've cut two pieces of chipboard, well, two pieces of chipboard for the front and back of my project, and one for the spine. Now, sometimes it can be difficult getting it right. Some people are brilliant at this and they can just do it without even thinking about it sometimes. But I cut some paper a couple of inches bigger than what the full project will be. But to get it even more accurate than that, you take this corner bit here and you put it on the corner of the paper. I can't quite see what I'm doing, but that's about it. And then you can take these off now for the moment. So I'm going to remove these and then use this guide to stick it down. You can use glue if you prefer. So I'm just sitting down at the moment, so I'm going to turn this round so I can see what I'm doing. So all you do is get that as straight as you can on both sides. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but then you put that right in the very corner so it's budged up against both sides, like that, and place it down. Okay, for the spine, you turn it around and you put it against, so this part here, you put it against the piece that you've just put down, and your next part is going to go down here. So that's for the spine. Again, very easy to line up. Doesn't matter what size these are, just do whatever you need, cut whatever you need to cut for the project that you want to make, and then we do the same again. Put that against there. Take off the tape. Make sure it's straight. Put it down like that. Now, if it doesn't look quite accurate there, it's because of the way I've cut the chipboard, nothing to do with the tool. Right, so that looks okay. I could have cut it a bit longer there, but if you wanted to make sure that it was right all the way around, what you could do is just make sure that it's in the corner there, and then you could go around like that, and you could cut these. I'm not going to do it because on this, because it's hardly worth it. And that's, we've already done that side, so that's okay. Like I said, you can see this bit is not quite as long as it should be, but that was my cutting. Right, now this part here, this gives you the perfect corners. So you put it there, and you can either use a craft knife to cut it off, or you can put a pencil mark down there. I'm going to show you another way to do this, which I do actually prefer, because this is the gap is just a little bit too big for my liking. So I'm going to do two on this side using the tool, and then two on the other side, and I'll show you how I like to do it. So, like I say, you can either use a craft knife or just cut the pieces off. to miter the corners. But in all honesty, I would rather, if you can see there, take it a bit further in and then take it out at an angle so it looks like that. So you have a bit less paper to deal with. So it's entirely up to you. It's much easier and much faster with this tool. So if you prefer to do it that way, then please do. And actually, I should have put tape on before I cut it, but never mind. It's easy enough to do afterwards. So I'm going to put tape on all 4 of these corners of these sides, just so we can close that up. One thing you can do, if you haven't got tape that quite fits there, you can just peel this off and just add some liquid glue all over there, and it will help it to stick more. You can do that whichever side is too thick for your tape. Just peel the tape off, put a load of glue over it, and you'll get even double stickiness. I'm not going to do that. So what you do now is just, because your paper will be prone to cracking most probably, just give it a bend over like that on all 4 sides. Okay, so now I'm going to start taking off the tape. I'll do this side first because it's far too thin. So stand that up and fold that, whoops, and fold that over, starting from the middle out. Right, these are the sides that I mitered myself. So what I would do is, first of all, take off the tape. And then I would take my bone folder and just push the corner in like that. Just give it a little push so the ends don't stick out. And then fold it over like that. And I think you get a neater corner. But on this one, what you can do if you just prefer to use the tool, absolutely nothing wrong with that. So we fold that over. And it's just that these corners then are just going to need snipping off. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of a snip. And barely noticeable. I don't know if you can see that because my camera's acting up again. So the corners are fine to my way of thinking, whichever way that you want to do that. So that's how you use the tool anyway. So if you remember, we measured the corner like that, we put the chipboard in there, and then we put that side on the chipboard to get the distance, and the same with that. And then obviously use that to miter the corner, which didn't turn out as badly as I thought it would. Yeah, and then you can just finish off your project. If you want to finish it off, just make sure that you sort of train the paper to bend, because some paper has a tendency to crack. I wouldn't use anything too thick, to be honest. And that's what it's going to be like. Kind of cute. And then you would take some more paper. That's not quite wide enough. I'm just going to take some cheap white card. And then what you would do was cut that down to size. So I'm going to measure it. So this is 8 3/4. So I'm going to cut that down to 8 1/2 and 5 1/2, and then I'll be back. I usually take off a quarter to half of an inch to try and get the same all the way around. So I might as well put that on there. I'm not going to use tape, actually. It is better if you use tape on the back of here and on there and then put it down, because then it's not going to bend so much when you lift it up. But I'm just going to put glue on just for quickness. This is my Collal glue. It's all I use for paper and card work because it doesn't buckle your paper or your card at all. It's fantastic stuff. Right, throw a load on. And because it dries fairly slowly, you have time to maneuver it around a little bit, which is good for me. Right, so I mean, you can use any colour paper, any pattern paper that you want for the middle. It just looks much better when it's lined like that. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry a bit before I start lifting up the middle. Right, I don't know if it's going to be dry. I haven't really left it that long, but you can start lifting up the sides and pressing it down where it bends, where the spine bends. Just being very careful, as I said, especially because I haven't really let this dry. It does take a while to dry, but the tape is instant, and I would recommend using tape for this. You can see it's starting to lift up there, but never mind. It's just to give you an idea of how to use that tool. So, oh yeah, you can see that's going to bend there, but never mind. So you're left with something like that. Right, put that down again. I'm not going to use this for anything. It's just for this project. So you've got your little folder, and you've used this tool, which has made everything so much faster. And second thoughts, when I saw how well those corners trimmed off, I think I would only ever use this now for mitering the corners instead of doing it my own way, because it did do a really good job. Yeah, I like that. You can see it's very neat. Yeah, like it. So, oh yes, what I'm going to suggest. So if you have some little notebooks, you could put a notebook in. You could put two notebooks in, one at either side. You could make little pockets, make a little folio out of it. You could have a pen holder in the middle because it's wide enough on this one anyway. So you can actually, if you wanted to make this a ring binder, you can actually buy the rings that go inside. I think you may need some special tools, at least some kind of decent hole punch. But you can even take apart an old ring binder and take the insides out if you wanted to. But yeah, you could make a nice little ring binder. So you could make a large one of these, say like an A4 size, and you've got yourself a homemade ring binder. I don't know what you call the rings that you get inside, but I will have a look and I'll see if I can find one, and I will leave a link in the description. But I just think this has just made that so much easier. I don't do a lot of chipboard projects because I don't like to do a lot of measuring and guessing, which is what I was doing basically. And sometimes I would get one side on and then I would get the spine on the other side, and it sort of went down at an angle like that, which is no good. But with this, you get it at the perfect angle and the perfect distance between them each time. I just think it's brilliant. And yes, I will definitely use that in future for my corners. So just ignore what I said before, unless of course you want to do it that way. Everybody's different. So some people don't need tools like this because they're so good and because they're so experienced. They've done like dozens and dozens of these over the years. But I think you can make some really nice projects. You can make gifts to sell or to give away. You can make them to sell on your website or to sell at craft fairs. Even if I think these look really, really nice if you can make really tiny ones to use with like post-it notes, sticky notes. They do sell really well at craft fairs. So anyway, I will leave a link to this in the description. It's quite heavy. It's really solid. I'll leave a link to it. You can try it out and let me know what you think. So thank you so much for following along with me. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye now.